See early in the morning. It's a little bit later for them over there. But how they're going to try and deal with this very first match, are they going to be a little bit rusty from TI? Are they going to be able to get themselves right into it? And how are they going to play up against MoneyMakers?
I mean, generally what we have seen in the Eastern European DPC throughout this year is that BetBoom, when they're playing versus a weaker team, they destroy them, right? These guys, they don't pull their punches. It's like they love to crush people. So that is the thing. Usually we would see BetBoom win games in 20-30 minutes. Then when they would play versus the likes of maybe 9 Pandas, who used to be Hellraisers, or Team Spirit, they would start to struggle, especially in lands. So I'm thinking even that does go in their favor heavily here.
Yeah, and just looking mid lane, it looks like BetBoom are starting to stack up here. Smoke has been used as well, and we'll see. It's just going to be for warding here. Toronto Tokyo going to be able to get that ward down on the cliff. Meanwhile, on the side of MoneyMakers, there is going to be a 4-man group up, it looks like. Did you want to try and fight 5v5 here for the runes? It looks like Dragon Knight Pure, he is looking to step up into this river. Lucas there on the edge as well. But nobody engaging so far, as wards will go down.
You're using the Slark Night Vision to make sure that no shenanigans really do happen. You have good chase down from Moneymakers, but you need to isolate the target. That is the thing. If there's multiple heroes, you're probably gonna oh, nope, they're going in.
Yeah, there's going to be the Brambles dropped here as well, and it's going to be Pure that picks it up. Do they get a kill onto the Slark? The Slark, Lucas, taking a lot of damage, and Pure will get that first blood. Chase down, though, save. Could he get himself away? Well, not with the TP in from Bignum, and now Bignum onto Toronto Tokyo. Toronto Tokyo, though, he's got that skill up onto the heel, so Bignum has to run himself away. GPK, that orb is up now as well. Bignum run himself to the other side of the river, but will be taking a lot of damage from Toronto Tokyo there. And in fact, if we take a look at how the bounty runes went as well, it looks like it was 3 in favor of BetBoom. So we're first blood and 3 runes. Great start here for them.
This is why I said you don't want to fight multiple heroes. Is because you don't have a necessarily tanky hero, and you don't have some huge burst damage. You have really good chase down with the Lich. You maybe get a couple of stacks on the Slark, and then the fight can go well for you. But if you are just starting off, oh, we're gonna kill this guy. No, you're not. It's gonna take some time, and you're probably gonna be the first ones to lose a hero, which ultimately did happen.
And yeah, we're going to see a little bit more trade coming out as well from Slave and Slayer, as it looks like, do they actually want to go for this one? Only level 1, so Dark Willow only has the Brambles. Got to be careful. The TP comes in from Bignum now as well. Yeah, save one more right click, and it will be Bignum. Picks up a kill, gets himself 2 on the board now here for the Nature's Prophet. Pure's got to be careful as well. The Blood Grenade does come out, going to be slowed down. Lucas only level 1, so he only has the Essence Shift, but it's still going to be enough to get the kill. No pounce to come out, but Lucas, he really does not need it there, and the Dragon Knight getting a little bit too far ahead of himself.
Yeah, that's the X factor of the Nature's Prophet. Bignum doing a really good job and actually securing the top lane goes really well for the Slark. Slark is the type of hero that if he has a really good lane, he can be a huge nuisance from minute 10, minute 15, right? But if you start losing the lane, you need a lot of time before you're actually able to do anything. So I like it that they're putting an emphasis on the lane that they can win, because the other two are kind of tough.
Yeah, the Brambles dude comes out there. It saves the Dragon Knight again. Pure taking a lot of damage in this lane. Is this what we should be expecting to come out now that the Slark's ahead? Is the Dragon Knight just going to be harassed out of this lane from time to time?
He just got level 2, so now has the Dragon's Blood. He started off with the Dragon Tail for a kill, and so it is gonna be a little bit easier for him. The Dragon Knight and the Dark Willow can apply pressure, and that's what you do versus the Slark. You apply pressure as much as possible, so he is lacking in HP in order to commit for you, as he needs time, as we mentioned even on the rune fight.
Yeah. And it looks like they're going to look for the D1 here on Slayer as well, just to get this camp freed out. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, actually just going to swap back. There was a Dragon Tail, okay, no connection after that. In the mid lane, GPK coming up against Warwick, and we're going to be looking at the last dates. Warwick a little bit further ahead here against GPK.
Top lane again.
Oh, they're going to go for this one. It looks like they might, and Pure, yeah, one more right click. The Dragon Tail comes out. Bignum's TP'd himself in, and they do get the kill. Bignum's going to be able to take down Pure. Slayer gets low here now as well. Save. He doesn't actually get the damage off onto Slayer. He's only got, I mean, he's got the level 2 now, so he does have that Shadow Realm available, but he didn't actually get the right click out.
He couldn't. He was hiding in the fog of war. He was just using the trees. The even one actually sprouted at that moment, but he only had one tree, but he was positioning himself really, really well.
Okay. Do I dare look away from this lane? to see what else is going on.
Well, if you want to see Palantimos dying, you should, because he's being ran down.
Yep, going to be coming out with a balance strike now as well. Palantimos can take a couple more right clicks to get the kill here, but Nightfall, it looks like he wants to commit. No tree dance to get that extra vision, and Nightfall taking tower shots from this.
One more.
Does he have enough to get it? He doesn't. Palantimos now as well. What's he got? He doesn't have that X-Max spot. No drag back onto the Monkey King. Looking for that torrent. Nope. Nightfall will be able to get himself away, but he committed to the kill. And now this is going to waste some time for the Monkey King.
When you're rocking on a ship in the sea all the time, then once you hit dry land, you're probably super fast on it. So Palantimos uses that to get himself away.
I like how he used the last charger of the Jingu just to be able to get the balance strike across creeps and neutrals. You know, gets a lot of health back as well. So Monkey King gonna be fine in this lane. In terms of last hits as well, 18 to the Kunkka 16. So both heroes in this lane, both cores doing fairly well.
Overall, though, MoneyMakers, this is a great laning stage for them, as they crushed the Dragonite. Their Slark is doing well. Their Kunkka, who was left to his own accord a couple of times, is still farming almost as well as the Monkey King, and the Dazzle is even with the Puck. As we mentioned, of course, the Puck is going to have a little bit more impact on the map, but Dazzle can apply pressure to the tower if Puck decides to move himself away once he gets to level 6. So overall, MoneyMakers are in a really good position.
Yeah, and Dazzle, actually, they might try and trade this one out here. GPK taking a lot of damage here. Warwick, he's got the heals. Does he have enough to get the kill onto GPK? GPK trying to get himself away, but the poison touch, it's gonna be enough. And
okay. He thought, I have a billion creeps, I can do whatever I want, but not dodging the poison touch.
Yeah.
It was his own death sentence. So now, MoneyMakers, they've kind of won all 3 lanes. And they want to get a kill on top again.
Yeah, going to be another TP in from Bignum here onto Pure. Pure going to be dragged back here by the Sinister Gaze. Do they have enough damage? Pure trying to get himself out, but the Ice Blast coming through here from the Lich gets the kill. And all of a sudden, 6-1. And BetBoom, they're starting to struggle a little bit here in this early laning stage.
Yep, MoneyMakers like 5 to 6 TI. Nope. We're better than that. Overall, though, MoneyMakers, this team, of course, they had a little bit of a different players. Warwick wasn't a part of the team, but anyways, it was Yegor. But with this team, they actually qualified to a major once, if I'm not mistaken. They were doing pretty well in Division 1, so I'm kind of hoping that at some point they kind of return to their former glory.
Okay, Chase down going to come out here. Nightfall, he is on the trees, so he will be able to get himself away from that. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, Slayer and Bignum, well, Bignum's just to be able to take some XP while the Dazzle has rotated off. GPK, though, Sprout comes out, and GPK, he's going to be fine. He's going to be able to get himself away from this one. Had himself a Tango to still use here. Back on the bottom lane, though. Did they get the kill onto the Kunkka this time? Palantimos trying to run himself away from this. Warwick does rotate in. Warwick level 6, though. No points in the Shallow Grave. X marks the spot. Toronto, Tokyo going to be taking a lot of damage. 4 heroes. They get the kill onto the Ench. And a really good rotation in from both supports here. And Palantimos, once again, survives past where really, maybe if there was no Nature's Prophet in the game, BetBoom should get a kill, though.
Oh, Bignum is doing everything. He made this early game count for MoneyMakers. This allows you to leave the Slark on top lane alone during nighttime. He should not get caught at all, even though he doesn't have level 6.
Yeah.
And now this gives you time for even your Dazzle to rotate, who isn't really that good of a rotating hero, but the thing is, Puck isn't that good at pressuring the towers, and he's slightly behind, so he wants to play a little bit of catch-up.
Yeah, and we'll see what Puck wants to go towards, item-wise. I think that's the Power Treads coming out. Yeah, it's going to be the Power Treads being complete, but are you looking first item Witchblade here for GPK, or do you want something different, maybe go into a Yules?
There's very low chances that you're getting caught. If you're buying a Yules, that means that you're very, very scared. I think damage output is what BetBoom are going to be lacking, as they did not do well in the laning stage. Okay,
well, this time Palantimos, 3rd time's the charm here for BetBoom. Trying to get themselves on top. The TP comes in. It's going to be cancelled here by the Nature's Prophet, but Palantimos, he is a big tanky boy, and he just walks himself right back behind the tier 1 tower, and really nothing BetBoom can do about this.
This lineup of BetBoom, it really did need a solid laning stage, especially for the Monkey King to pressure this Kunkka. But Palantimos, he played that bottom lane really well. Now with the phase boots, he's gonna be an even tougher hero to kill.
Look at this save. Gonna save the rune here for GPK. He's gonna be able to get himself a haste rune. What's he gonna be able to do with this one? Dragon Knight gonna rotate off, but Warwick, he's gonna see these stacks. He might even be able to take themselves away. I mean, he's got 2 points in the Shadow Weave. So what do they want to do? Since Gaze comes out onto the poke, GPK can get himself away from this one using a quick phase shift. Haystroom popped already, and not going to be able to use this one offensively. Had to use it to get away from that potential gank coming out from the Lich, as well as the Nature's Prophet.
And this is looking really good for the Dazzle. It's looking pretty solid for the Slark as well. Lucas is going for a Midas first, which I'm okay with. Even with a Midas, a Slark can farm as... I mean, they're just continuing to slaughter BetBoom across the map.
Yeah, Toronto Tokyo gets caught out of position there. Easy gank coming out, and no way for Toronto Tokyo to get himself away from that one. 3 heroes on top of him, and yeah, you look at this, even Bignum going to be able to get some stacked out into the jungle for the Kunkka. Was that dewarded? It was. So the big camp was dewarded, but the Ancients should be able to get this one stack. And yeah, the Kunkka comes in, or the Dazzle comes in. Should be enough here to get, and yeah, Dazzle's just going straight for the Ags as well.
Yep. I mean, it's a standard build nowadays.
Mm-hmm.
It really is weird how, we commit onto one hero, he uses a Shadow Wave on you, and he heals that hero to full. It's just then you kill him again, and then he uses the Shallow Grave. It is very tough to play versus this hero once he has a really good start. And well, Warwick, he has had a great one.
Okay, well, we're coming up to 10 minutes in here. Pure and GPK are going to be splitting these stacks, it looks like. What do BetBoom need to do to get themselves back into it? You know, do they need to just be buying the Monkey King time? Do they need to be active and looking for ganks as well? Maybe looking to get on top of the Nature's Prophet, stop his harass out? What is it they need to do?
Once you get the Bedlam, you can maybe look for a pickoff or two, but mostly we're going to be seeing the Enchantress going very, very deep to get the attention onto herself. They're trying to kill the Dazzle. That's just not going to work now.
Yeah, level 9, he doesn't have a point in the Shallow Grave, but 4 points into the Shadow Weave. You know, he's got a lot of heals. His teammates behind him as well. You see the instant rotation here. 4 heroes as soon as Warwick's gone on, and the only hero that wasn't there was the Slark. So Warwick trying to scout out those stacks, but they have been cleared up by the side of BetBoom, so he's not going to be able to steal that free gold, that's free XP. But Warwick, I mean, look at it. Net worth-wise, he's second on the board. Doesn't really need it too much. It would have been nice, but it's not like he's trying to catch up to anything.
I mean, overall now, it is still Moneymakers that need to be applying some pressure.
Yeah.
They are the ones with the lead. That's probably gonna be reduced as time goes on, as BetBoom supports are slightly better at farming, getting jungle, pushing towers, so you kind of have to respond to that, and you cannot maximize the map. But you're gonna try to apply pressure to get the towers, whereas BetBoom are gonna try to move the fight away from the towers, maybe giving a support here and there, but overall, until they have the Witchblade, you don't really want to be going for the kills. Witchblade plus Bedlam, that's what we're looking for.
Yeah, look at this as well. In the mid lane, Warwick is just using the shield rune here to tank the damage so the Siege Cube can take down the tier 1 tower. Gonna get down to, really darn low. And maybe if there was some treants involved there as well, they potentially get it. But Prophet just going for the full kill build here. 3 points into the Sprout, 2 points here into the teleportation. And it's a 50-second cooldown on that. So you look at the ability to get around the map here. Nature's Prophet, he can. And he's already put so much pressure onto BetBoom. And BetBoom here looking for ways to recover.
You want to protect the towers before the nighttime. If the nighttime comes, Slark gets his Echo Saber, he has the Midas, he's gonna run around the map and destroy you. But if you have all of your towers up, it's not gonna be that big of a deal. And then this gold accumulated lead from Moneymakers that's not even there. I mean, they still have the 2 top net worths, but in terms of gold in general, they are dead even with BetBoom. It's not gonna matter much in the long run. So I really like how BetBoom were able to slow down the game. Despite, and they're not even giving away kills. I thought it's gonna cost them a support kill here and there, but the Kunkka is just farming and he's the main catch.
Yeah, and I mean, you look at he's even going for a Hand of Midas now as well. If we take a look at the items, just to take a look through, in terms of Hand of Midas, Lucas has already got his. Yeah, Palintimos going towards his. Wouldn't be surprised to see Warwick go back for it, after, just to rub it in a little bit, after this Ags comes out. But the amount of pressure that they're putting on the map here, Palintimos, he's not been picked off once. He's got himself 2 assists. And you can see that BetBoom, they're just backing up a little bit. Nightfall, he wants to go towards this Battle Fury. They might try and make another move onto Palintimos. I think they're going to be able to get there in time now as well. Were Dreamcall, maybe, potentially? Silence comes out, but yeah, Bignum was getting that TP in. And Palintimos, once again, he's just able to walk himself away.
You need to get a lot of his HP down before he uses the boat. The second that he's that far away from your tower is a problem. We can see that BetBoom, they're allowing Moneymakers to commit a little bit more to bait them in. But the TP came out just a a second too late, and well, Moneymakers were ready for it.
And look at this. You've got the stacks being farmed out now. Warwick and Palintimos coming into it. Extra gold going their way. Hand of Midas again, it's out. And Warwick is... How far away from that Ags is he? So he's going to be about 1,300 gold from picking that one up, you know. And it's not like he's not been active already. He's been farming, but he's been looking for these kills. 3-0-0 here onto the Dazzle. So we'll see just how they're going to try and play around this one. But Moneymakers, it's looking really nice for them. On the other side, we've got Pure going towards his Blink Dagger. He's already got his Hand of Midas coming out. So what do you want to see from the Dragon Knight? Do you want him to see him get active after this Blink, or do you think that he needs to go for the BKB next?
Once you get the Blink, you can be active. As you do have the Midas, even movements around the map are not going to cost you that much gold-wise. So let's take a look. He's still just farming up Slark. Like you say, the Echo Saber coming out. Going towards his axe. Yeah, okay. I got caught checking hero items, so Save going to be able to get the kill onto Bignum. Was that his first death? It was 3-1 and 3, so it's a decent amount of gold given away there by the Nature's Prophet. It's okay, Rob. We are having kills left and right. It's not like it's a stale game, so missing a kill here and there, it's really no issue.
Yeah, I just, you know, you want that 100% kill on screen, but... Yeah, just taking a look around the items in terms of, I mean, the Ench is going for the 4-staff, so standard build up. Do you just want this Ench to go kind of like that 3.5 kind of build where you go straight into the Hurricane Pike after the 4-staff?
Even with the 4-staff, you are somewhat of a solid damage dealer, right? Especially with solid amount of levels, which Toronto Tokyo does have. We do see the Hurricane Pike be the go-to item for an Enchantress, and considering that you're playing versus a Slark versus the Nature's Prophet, you couldn't get away with the Dragonlance first, so you go for the 4-staff. Even versus the Kunkka, it's pretty solid. So you get the 4-staff, and then maybe if the game doesn't really require you to go for some defensive item, and it shouldn't, right? Maybe he goes for the Solar Crest, but other than that, the Hurricane Pike is on the menu.
Okay, and yeah, in terms of, I mean, the map is big enough now. I think that's one of the points that everybody always touches on. You know, you've got this extra farming around the outside of the map. So the map is big enough where you can potentially have all 4 of these heroes. You know, maybe you leave the 5 behind and you go back to the old days where the 5, at least it's not Brown Boots Wards at 50 minutes for the supports. But yeah, it seems like it is 4 cores in the game at the minute. You have that kind of support role in the laning stage, but once you come out of this laning stage, the 4s, they are finding these farm, they're finding these items, and they're having bigger and bigger impacts in the game.
Save allowed his Cobbled to die, so no extra gold for him. It would have been expiring fairly soon, but I think he lost a couple of gold coins there for sure. And Dark Willow, she says, "I don't need my father's money, you know, I make my own." And not very good at making it.
Okay, I mean, yeah, he's still going towards the... That's actually going to be the Spirit Vessel coming out, and not going to be too far away from it as well. Needs the recipe gold, but it is a big pickup to have here in this game, and BetBoom, it's not awful for them. Net worth-wise, the lead, it's only about 1,000 gold.
Not even that, like 400, 500, it's the game is even. There's no doubt about it. The thing is, though, Slark late game is the god. This game, like the god, right? If you cannot jump in with the Dragon Knight, stun him and burst him down, and you don't have that much burst, to be honest, you're gonna be screwed, as Pure is currently. Yeah, just looking for that pouncer. I'm gonna be able to connect here. Dragon Knight, even with the 3 points into Dragon's Blood, might not be enough to save his life here. Lucas does get the kill, and this is just gonna be... Do they want to put lane pressure on here as well? This tier 1 tower only lost about 1/3 of its health, so not in major risk if there's some sort of defense, but Lucas, he just continues to farm. I really like how Moneymakers recognize that BetBoom are stalling for time, stalling for towers. They're like, okay, we're gonna go full in on farm and win against you in the late game. And to be honest, BetBoom, as we mentioned in the DPC, they usually crushed teams from start to finish. But games where they didn't crush the laning phase, sometimes they struggled. This could be one of those games. Yeah, the Dazzle has the Ags up now, going towards that Manta style. Toronto... Poison Touch comes out, but he's going to be able to walk himself away from this one. Level 8. Never mind. Nope. Lucas comes in, gets the kill, and now Save TP. Yep, there's going to be the Sprout coming out now as well. Save, he's going to try and do what he can with the Shadow Realm, trying to keep himself alive. Torrent's going to be here. Bedlam gets thrown out now as well, but the damage it comes out, they get the kill, and Save could not save himself. There it is, nighttime, Slark coming in, and this is what they've been looking for. The thing is, though, they didn't take down the towers, so they're not going to be overtaking a huge part of the map. But with Lucas just coming in and taking the towers now, it's still going to be a gold lead. A very nice gold lead that they're going to accumulate during this nighttime.
Yeah, look at this there as well. He splits up the Echo Saber so he can go back for the quicker Ags. He's got that out now. And then going in for the Shard. So this is, I mean, you're looking at... I know that the net worth wasn't too different, or isn't too different, but you're still getting 9 kills behind her for you on the side of BetBoom, and it doesn't get really too much easier in the game once that Shard comes out for Lucas.
We're seeing that Pure changed his mind as he's like, okay, even if I get the blink now, how many kills am I going to be able to get? We haven't taken down any towers. The map is shrinking. The vision advantage is on their side, especially during the nighttime. So Pure goes back to the BKB. And I'm understanding BetBoom now, what they are gunning for is to make Pure this tanky beast and then kind of bait Moneymakers to go for him and then destroy them with the Wukong's command. As jump in, blink, destroy a target, I think that part of the game is out for them. It's just not going to happen now.
Yeah, you know how rough it is when the Monkey King is going second item, BKB or save. Does he go down again? Might try and throw out the Terrorize here. The Pounce is going to miss and save. Can he get himself away from this one? TP comes in, Bignum. Nah, they're going to be able to get the kill. Spirit Vessel and dead.
I mean, you know, that early game when I was talking about maybe they give up a few support kills, you don't want to be giving them this close to the part of the map that you should be controlling. So these are definitely not good deaths for BetBoom, something that they're looking for, because the second they move away from the areas they control, it's out. And the thing is, you're playing versus the Slark, so deep wards on the enemy side of the map for you to scout what's going on, it's never going to happen.
Yeah, you can see that the pressure put out, like you say, Moneymakers, they just want to close this game in. You know, they want to really box BetBoom into the half of the map. And you've got even the Kunkka coming through now as well for another Ags. So everybody here on the side of Moneymakers, you know, they're getting the items that they want. They're getting the early Midas coming through into the big picture items here. And I'm wondering, Palintimos, you know, does he want to kind of lead the charge here once this Ags is out?
He's definitely going to be the biggest teamfight hero that you can look at, and you can see how Lucas is still using the nighttime here. Of course, they know he's there, as he did go over the ward, but that ward is now probably going to get removed. Okay, Slayer, he doesn't have the sentries. He might find it now.
Yeah, he's got them in his backpack. And even the Lich going towards the hand of Midas, that really rubs it in. That, you know, you've got this position 5 hero. He's like, oh yeah, you know what? I've not been threatened. I've not been put under pressure. I'm 206. I'm going to be able to get myself a Midas. And the D-wards are starting to come out now. Slayer, yeah, finding them on the map. And Lucas putting pressure. Toronto Tokyo just had to completely back himself away from that.
Yeah, I get this approach. If it comes to the ultra late game, really the Slark should never die. And then if you have enough gold on your other heroes to not be hunted down in the backlines by the puck, just be constantly annoyed, it's gonna win you the game. They did smoke up under a ward right now, though. I'm looking at BetBoom. I'm trying to think of a way that they can punish this because they know what's going on, but it might just be dodge time.
Yeah, it looks like they're playing away again. They've got Nightfall and the Monkey King. He's got his BKB up now, going towards the Deso into the Ags. So you can see that they're putting all their eggs in the Monkey King basket here, just protecting Nightfall, making sure he doesn't get taken down. Scan does come out here. It's going to be the Lich and the Slark if they want to move into this one. They've got the Kunkka to back them up if they need it. Who are they going to be able to find? Monkey King? Maybe. He's on the trees. They're going to be able to get the Pounce into the connect now as well. They do. Monkey King, he has that BKB if they want to try and throw it out. The Pounce comes out here from Lucas because the Dragon Knight was closing, but with no Blink Dagger, he couldn't get in range of that Dragon Tail to try and shut down onto the Slark.
Yeah, but still, you kind of forced BetBoom to play together. Some of your heroes were farming. None of BetBoom's heroes were farming. Of course, BetBoom, they did know that was coming and still nothing they could do about it. At least, good thing, they didn't pop their BKBs, so they kind of kept it together. They understood that Moneymakers were too deep.
Oh, Slayers, we've got to pause here. Just a bit of luck. Hopefully it's not a long disconnect. You'll get ourselves right back into it. Yeah, I'm just looking. I mean, the Slark is literally everywhere on the map at the minute. You know, using those twin gates to get himself around. TP scrolls here as well. Going back in towards the Echo Saber. You know, he's got the Ogre executed once again, and only 4 gold away from it here. So Slark, net worth wise, 2k above the Monkey King. But what can the Monkey King do now? Because he's got that BKB up. Is it just carry on farming until he gets this Deso Axe?
Deso is your main damage item on the Monkey King, right? If the game is going well, sometimes you can skip it, but if the game is not going well, you need it as a damage item to be able to do enough in fights with your Wukong's command. So before the Monkey King has that, you just do not have the damage output necessary without that item, and that has kind of been the story of BetBoom in this game. You can see that GPK even is thinking about the Maelstrom Shard Aghanim Scepter just to increase that AoE damage output, so that if Moneymakers get closer, like the Storm is destroying them, they get obliterated. The problem is shards of Moneymakers. They're a huge problem for BetBoom. You have Curse of the Old Growth already done. The Nature's Prophet will see where you are. It will allow Lucas to play better, who also has a shard, so he can hide his entire team even inside of the Wukong's command and be fine. And now you have the Kunkka shard, which will allow you to reposition the Monkey King if he's not careful and get him out of the Wukong's command. And then good luck really winning the fight without that extra damage output.
Yeah. Are you ready to lose some frames with the Torrent Storm as well as the Tidal Wave going at the same time? I'm ready to get down to 15 FPS. And I'm sure the viewers on the stream are as well.
No. We have great PCs that could never be susceptible to something like that. We need the PL. We need
Terrorblades, Chaos Knight,
Broodmother.
Broodmother. Yeah.
Yeah, Wukong's command Torrent Storm is pretty nasty though.
Did you see there was a Reddit post to like someone saying we're trying to convince our Kunkka to get Ags? He's like, no, I lag out any time I buy it. It's like
I didn't see the post, but I understand it. I used to have a PC at which my fights would be played at 30 FPS, and when I got a better one, it was a long time ago. But when I got a better one, it was like having superpowers. You know,
yeah.
Goku taking off his weights and stuff. That's kind of the thing.
Yeah, no, I get it. Before I had this PC, I was my old PC I had for a long time, and it would like say get down to like 20 FPS, and obviously they did like the spring cleanings and they fixed it up a little bit, and it got a little bit better. But then once I got this, and for the most part, it's running at like 120 FPS in like big fights. It's nice. It's just nice to have that, and you don't have to like queue up your spells and hope they go off.
You know also what has been here for a long time? BetBoom's kill score, right? They've been having 2 kills for the majority of this game, and it's let me see when that was. So it was 14 minutes in where they got their last kill. So they haven't had a taste of blood for a very long time.
Yeah, that was right. I mean, they got first blood. Speaking about kills coming out now, Pure going to be trapped out. He does have the Quelling Blade to get himself out of the Sprout. Dragon Tail going to be used now as well. Spirit Vessel, though, on the Dragon Knight. Can they catch up? Can't get the X-Max spot off, and Pure should be able to get himself away here. And Bignum, he actually looked like he was turning around for the Lotuses, but Bignum there, he's going to be able to get the Lotus Pool activation, so he does get himself the mighty greater healing Lotus. And do you reckon we see a cheese, a block of cheese in this game?
No.
No? Okay.
Nobody wants to use that. It's not good. Overall, though, BetBoom, so yeah, they got the first blood, then they got the second kill at 14 minutes. So we can expect the next one to be happening in 28. But a little bit more on the serious matter here. Moneymakers, the thing they should be looking to do now, once the nighttime comes, is go through the BKB charges. That's how you prepare yourself for the late game even better. Make sure that the Monkey King and the Dragon Knight don't have the 9-second BKBs, because they've had those items for a very long time and they have deterred you from fighting. Be a little bit more bold, get those down, and then in the late game you should be the definite favorites with the Torrent Storm, potentially a refresher at some point to control the fight and ultimately win the game.
Yeah, you see the Nightfall as well. He's actually done fairly well at keeping up with both the Dazzle and the Slark, even though BetBoom have been put under pressure here. And he's not going to be too far away from that Desolator. What's it going to be? About 200 gold away from the Deso. So Nightfall, he might start to look fighting, to start to fight with his teammates once this is up, because it is a big power spike here for the Monkey King, and he wants to start to get those stacks on the Desolator as well.
Let's see. The Puck has his shard and he has the Maelstrom. So GPK actually does quite a lot of damage, right? The thing is, you you still need some time for the Ags, for the Dream Coil to really kick in with the Maelstrom. So I'm kind of curious to see how much damage he'll be able to do, especially because you're versus a Dazzle. There's going to be so many heals.
They're going to go for a 4-man smoke, though. It's going to be onto the Conqueror. He X-marked to spot himself now as well. Cursed Ground's going to be underneath the tier 1 tower. Does he want to go for this one? Yeah, he's got his teammates behind him. Bignum can TP into this one if they want. And of all the targets to find, they find the axe-marked Kunkka. And he's just going to... The instant dragback saves him. Well, it wasn't instant, but the dragback saved him now. And they're going to try and fight around this one. Lucas comes in. He's going to try and use the Shadow Dance to get on top of the Monkey King. Monkey King, though the BKB will be coming out. Does he want to try and do this? It's going to be a really good balance strike now as well. Yeah, and now you've got the Dream Call into that Wukong Command coming out. There's going to be the Shallow Grave here onto the Dazzle himself. What can he do here, Warwick? Does he have that refresh? He doesn't. He will go down. He's going to be the first casualty here of this fight. But now you've got the Chain Flash bouncing around. Does it get enough to get the kill? It does take down. And now they take down the Dragon Knight as well. Monkey King, he is on the run. Nightfall, can he get himself away through this one? Nighttime Vision, he's in the trees. He's got that tree dance away. He's going to be able to get himself away from Lucas. But this was a good fight here from MoneyMakers, seeing as they were the ones to get engaged on. And all of a sudden now, MoneyMakers... Can they find GPK? Do they want to get something out of this one? They've got that tier 1 tower. They could potentially look to push the lane. Maybe even go to the Roche Pit if they want. Yeah.
GPK got the kill. He kind of salvages that, but in the end, MoneyMakers, they got what they wanted. The thing is that BetBoom, they made this pretty obvious what was going on. The mid lane and the bottom lane were getting pushed in. Nobody was showing on the map. It was obvious that they wanted to fight. The thing is, ultimately, the BKBs went down and the Slark didn't die. Kunkka losing his life in the end, it's a consolation prize from BetBoom, but still not that great. And it could have been even worse, as the Dazzle, he left the depth shroud. He wasn't paying attention. He was being protected by it, but he was still running away. Then he needed to use the grave earlier, so this fight could have gone much worse. The Monkey King could have died very easily if Warwick survived a little bit longer, and he had the tools to do so, just made a slight mistake.
Yeah, and you can see that MoneyMakers now, they're going to be able to get themselves into the Roche Pit uncontested here. BetBoom, now they will be pushing these lanes out. You've got the Dragon Knight in the Dragon form. He's only just popped out here as well, so he's going to be able to put some pressure on the tier 2 if he wants. Oh, they're looking for this one. They might be able to get the kill onto the Kunkka. The Kunkka's only just respawned here, and Kunkka, is he going to go down? He does. GPK gets it. Even Nightfall coming into this one, and they're going to be able to put pressure onto the tier 2. It will cost them a Roche, but BetBoom now, they're starting to make up some ground again against MoneyMakers. Can they get this tier 2 tower, though? The the protection comes out from the Lich, and Pure, well, he's got about a third of the Dragon form left. Does he want to go into this tower? It looks like they're trying to bait something out again, but the Lich has already backed himself away.
This is why in Dota you should make moves even if you're weaker. They went to the top lane, they lost the fight, they lost the Roach, but the thing is that it allowed them the time to push out the mid and the bottom wave, and now they got a kill on the enemy part of the map. They're applying a lot of pressure to the mid tier 2. And they still have chances to get kills, but mostly they've let the Roche go, and now MoneyMakers, before they actually do something with this Roche, they need to shove out the waves. So it's gonna take a lot of that Roche timer to actually be able to do anything, unless they're super speedy and catch somebody now, but maybe save dies, and that's about it.
Yeah, he's gonna be caught out. I think he was trying to get cheeky. He did get the Wisdom Rune, so he did get cheeky, but it's gonna cost him his life, which I suppose not a bad trade. Your supports are going to be able to get the 2 Wisdom Runes. You know, you're going to be able to get a lot of XP from that. You give it your position 5 life, which isn't awful. It's not the worst. And you carry on as normal.
Good death for sure. These are the good deaths we're talking about. Very deep in enemy territory. You break their smoke. They're the ones with the Aegis. So overall, MoneyMakers are the ones that want the big fight. But with BetBoom giving them that one big fight on the top lane, controlling the nighttime how it went, BetBoom are going to be very, very happy with what they have accomplished in the past 4 minutes.
Yeah, and you can see the save going to go back for a Midas. They're going to group up on the side of MoneyMakers here. And what are they going to be able to get at? It's just an illusion here on the Dragon Knights. That Sprout, it's not really going to do too much to threaten BetBoom, and they now know where MoneyMakers are. But yeah, no, you've got save going for a Hand of Midas on the Dark Willow. Do you expect, you know, the Hand of Midas? Are we going to see the position 5 core here as well, straight into the Ag Scepter?
I guess we could see it. That's it's not impossible. We already talked about some damage issues that BetBoom could have in big team fights, so why not from far away getting those hits in, considering that there is a Torrent Storm that will be annoying to most of your cores. It is something that you should look at some point, and getting the attack speed from the Midas itself really does help in terms of damage output.
Lucas using both pounce charges there on another illusion from the Dragon Knight. So this just being able to get yourself around here, Pure, with the Manta style, it does seem like, it's fooled MoneyMakers a little bit, and we'll see if he's going to be able to continue to pull that one off. Has his Blink Dagger here as well. I expect the Dragon Knight would want his Ags next, to get the Black Dragon form out at some point.
Yep, that's probably what you're looking at. It allows you to be tankier. It allows you to move freely across the map, and having that ability to get away from this, he bounces on you, you just move to some high ground or wherever, and you keep yourself safe. Plus, we talked about it, baiting on the Dragonite and then Wukong's command coil over it. The Black Dragon form is only gonna help you survive that initial jump more so than any other item.
And we see that Pure, he's just using the Dragon form off cooldown, to find farm, to be able to scout out around the map as well. So we'll see here. Level 18 on him as well, so he's going to have the Blue Dragon form, coming out. And as you can see, going towards that Black Dragon form, as it will be the Ags being queued up here for Pure. So mid lane, MoneyMakers, are they on a bit of a timer to take some pressure and put it onto BetBoom now? Or do you think they, with the Slurk here, are they still controlling the game?
They should be in control, but the BetBoom are playing better Dota. That's just it.
Oh, the Terrorize is going to keep GPK alive. 4 heroes queuing up, just waiting for him to come out of the phase shifter, and the orb was ticking, but the Terrorize from save, it keeps GPK ticking, it keeps him going, and he won't be completely jumped on by 4 heroes from the side of MoneyMakers.
Cowards. 4 versus 2 scenario, and they run away. Yep. So. Definitely not having the guts there. The thing is, I think MoneyMakers with this lineup of theirs, they need to be constantly be in the face of the enemies, especially when it's nighttime, and then going for that Roche, which their lineup is not that great against, and even allowing the Kunkka to die in that situation, allow the lanes to get shoved in. I think that was the turning point in this game that is now allowing BetBoom to play this game a lot more freely than they were previously allowed to do so, and they were so far behind. Not so much any longer. They're actually ahead.
Yeah, now worth-wise, they are ahead. Would you like to see MoneyMakers do more with the Aegis, because it is just about to expire here on the Dazzle, and not really... I don't want... I mean, because it's always nice to have, but, it's not really been put to much use here. Would you have liked to see MoneyMakers try and force a fight with that Aegis?
I would have liked to see them force a tower, so force a fight in that way. The thing is that once they got the Aegis, they need to deal with the waves, and then daytime came, and it is a big difference if it's day or nighttime. Right now, what MoneyMakers need to do is get that Hex on the Kunkka and make sure they do not allow these lane out pushes by one hero. They need to have that to kill the puck, to punish what BetBoom have been doing for a very long time now.
Okay, and Perk going to be going straight at him. He's got the Ags, he's got the Shard, he wants to go towards that BKB next. Give him some protection here. The Perk, 2.1k health as well, so even without any real... I mean, okay, the Ags, big stat item there, but apart from that, still a fairly tanky hero to try and take down. X-Mark's spot comes out, it's going to be the Dream Call now as well. Do they have the damage to get the kill? They do! And he dies on the X-Mark spot, but they get the kill onto the Kunkka.
You can't allow this to happen. You just cannot allow it to happen. He even popped his 9-second BKB, so it's more than a disaster here for MoneyMakers. And I have to say, Palantimos, his greed is what is kind of costing them this later portions of the mid game that is now coming.
Yeah, and we can see that MoneyMakers, they're going to lose out on... save. He might lose out on his life here. GPK getting low as well, but they will be able to get the shard onto Pure. And save. It was touch and go there, but they do get the Tormentor without losing anybody. And now they can reset if they want to and go towards... Oh no, their own Tormentor's already been taken. But it's still a nice take there from BetBoom.
And it's a shard for the Dragonite, which will allow him to outpush the waves even more safely. So again, a problem for MoneyMakers. Even once the nighttime comes, you won't be able to use that added vision if the waves are constantly shoved towards you, and all 3 of the lanes are shoved towards them.
And let's just give it the old Hand of Midas check. We've got 1 on the Dragonite, 1 on the Dark Willow, Enchantress as well. Slayer's got it on the Lich, Palantimos on the Kunkka, and Slurk, of course. So, what's that, 6 out of 10 players rocking the Hand of Midas?
Yep.
Fair enough.
Everybody wants to be rich nowadays, right? So it only makes sense, right?
Yeah, and this is what we're talking about as well. Toronto Tokyo, we didn't go back for the Dragonlance, but thanks to that Hand of Midas, he's going to be able to go into the BKB on the position 4, on, the Enchantress, and a year or two ago, that would have been no. In fact, a year or two ago, I think we were on the Hand of Midas meta for all 5 heroes.
I mean, I would argue that even this meta nowadays is Midas on all 5 heroes. It just depends on the teams. Obviously, you're not gonna be seeing it on TI as people are gonna find ways to counter it. But some tier 2 tournaments, you could see like 8 heroes have a Midas. The team that is winning, they want to be winning more, and the team that is losing, they want to come back. You know, as Puppy was talking on the panel, I think it was TI 2 or 3. So that's why you want to buy the Midas. Is the best item.
Yeah, and just looking at it, I mean, the heroes, right, they benefit from it as well, because you've got the Enchantress, he's going to be able to throw out the impetuses. The Dark Willow, if he does go for the Ags, actually going to go for a Yules first, but if the Dark Willow goes back for an Ags, going to benefit from that. The attack speed coming up from the Hand of Midas there as well. Obviously, the gold is nice. Lich, the only one that really doesn't get a benefit from that little bit of attack speed buff that you do get from the Hand of Midas.
The way you said Lich kind of reminded me of the first video Pyrian Flax ever got out. And I want to talk about my favorite hero, Lich.
The Lich.
Yep, that's what it sounded like. This time around, BetBoom are not going to be catching anything. They are going to be the ones that kind of get baited in by the illusions, but they're so freaking farmed. I mean, look at Nightfall. We haven't talked about his items. He has that axe that he was looking at, and now even has the butterfly.
Yeah, look at this. The pounce comes out now as well. The Shadow Realm instantly coming out from save. They didn't have the lockdown to stop him from being able to get it off. And Lucas, he's already used the Shadow Dance. He does have that depth shot if they need it, but you've got the Dragonite now as well with the Axe Scepter. They're going to try and chase this one down. Palintimos, can he get himself away from this one? Yeah, GPK doesn't actually want to jump into his orb. Going to be the re-smoke coming out from the side of Moneymakers. They want to take this fight because Roshan has respawned here, Pure. He's about halfway through that dragon form here. So do they want to try and contest this on Moneymakers? And you can see that Lucas, he sees the courier coming in. What's it going to be? It's going to be a Sentry. Does he want to try and follow this one in? It looks like Lucas, he might have been spotted here. Save on the edges. Smoke's going to break now as well. And the Terrorize, it's available if they want to go for it now. Palintimos, he's going to be the one caught out. Do they have enough time to try and take him down? Palintimos, he's a big tanky boy. He pops his BKB. Since the case comes out to GPK, do they have to get the lockdown onto the puck and get the kill? Dream Call going to be used here. And they get the kill onto Slayer right away. Toronto Tokyo's going to lose his courier, but that's all he's going to lose at the minute. It looks like they're going to try and chase down Forstaff away, but Palintimos, you've got that Black Dragon chasing him. He is going to be slain here. Backlines, you've got the Torrent Storm coming through here. Warwick, can he get himself away? The Terrorized, maybe to get that lockdown onto Warwick to stop him from casting spells. And now Lucas, he leaps himself into 3-4 heroes, but Lucas, he just has to go for the depth shot TP. Bignum, he's going to go for the TP out now as well. It looks like BetBoom, they win this fight uncontested in terms of kills.
They played it better. There's just no other way to put it, right? GPK goes in, he knows he can't die. That's because Palintimos, he doesn't have his Hex yet, right? So you can do whatever you want, and you're just trying to bait out those spells. You're trying to get them low. You're seeing that Pure, he jumps in, he gets the stun off, he uses the Manta, and he runs away. The idea is just to force out the spells that Moneymakers have. Once they do use them, it is over, right? You are not gonna have anything to fight with, and BetBoom, that chase down, they definitely do have it. And the thing is that the Slark wasn't doing the same thing as the Puck, as he did not have the same info as the Puck did, so he couldn't go that deep. Plus, there is still a Dragonite on the other side, so if you get instantly stunned, you can be taken down by the damage of the Monkey King and the Puck.
No, Lucas has that shield rune coming out. How much do you like him using the Shadow Dance to engage? Because he's using it as the fight starter here. Instead of like having Palintimos jump in or have Bignum in the front lines, he's the one that's starting the fights with the Shadow Dance.
He's scared. Somebody needs to keep tabs on where the Dragonite is, and then he can be free to do whatever he wants. But he's just afraid that he's instantly gonna get stunned up by the DK. So he goes in, uses the Dark Pact, and then instantly goes for the Shadow Dance, which is fine. It is not a high cooldown spell, but BetBoom are a very fast team, so they make use of even that 40-second downtime.
Yeah, and you can see that it looks like Moneymaker's going to group up here. You've got Palintimos going forward, maybe acting as a little bit of bait, coming into the creep wave, but nobody here on the side of BetBoom apart from the Dragon Knight Illusion is going to be around to try and contest this one. And you had Moneymakers with heroes behind here, but Moneymakers now on the back foot, 13k net worth lead for BetBoom. And in terms of kills, they're still going to be about 6 kills behind, but they've never really let that net worth lead get too long, and now they're the ones in control.
Nightfall is doing whatever the hell he wants. We are seeing that he is the one that is playing aggressively during nighttime. Once nighttime ends, it's gonna be time for BetBoom to put their foot on the gas this time around to play really aggressively and get those tier 2s down.
Yeah, and you can see the Monkey King going straight in for the Abyssal Blade as well. So he's going to be gold-wise, 50 gold for the VIP booster, Ring of Health 7. So yeah, he's still going to be a ways away, but he's going to be able to get the jump onto Slayer now as well. Slayer, Invis, do they have their reveal? He's trying to get himself away with the but it doesn't matter. Oh, they have the Chain Frost, but with the Torrent Control, do they actually have the kill? Yeah, the damage is going to come through Nightfall. That's the Aegis being popped. Pure has to pop his BKB. Can they get this Monkey King out here? Toronto Tokyo is going to be close, and Nightfall slowed down a little bit. X-Mark comes out as well. Poison Touch. He's going to be hexed up by the Poison Touch, but he's got Toronto Tokyo if he needs it. Dream Coil. Do they want to go even further?
They're fine. So they did get rid of the Aegis 2.5 minutes before it should have expired, but it did last them long enough during nighttime. Monkey King is also level 25, so good luck really committing onto him when he wants to pop the BKB. Didn't want to do it there, but overall very nice play, or a slight mistake from Pure for blinking in right next to the Monkey King.
Yeah, just maybe a little bit of a positioning issue. You know, again, they haven't played since TI, so they're still shaking off the rust. But for the minute, BetBoom are looking really good 40 minutes into this game.
Why do people think Dota players don't play? What else are they gonna do? They celebrate for one day or cry for one day if they're not happy with the result, and then you go back to playing Dota. Like there's nothing else to do. Warwick is caught.
They get the Dragon Tail off. The stun's coming through. Warwick is going to be able to try and control himself through this one now as well. The stun's just way too much, and Warwick, even with the Shallow Grave, he is just gone.
He couldn't refresh the Shallow Grave completely. You cannot have it constantly, so it was like half a second if he could use it again onto himself. Just not gonna happen. That is a huge kill, and this is the aggression that we were talking about. Even without the Aegis, you can do it, because daytime Moneymakers are not nearly as powerful, and now they're 20k gold behind. BetBoom, they feel that they're super far ahead. They know that they're ultra farmed on all of their heroes.
Yeah, and Pure, you can see him moving him around. Hand of Midas in his backpack. He's got a charge. Efficiency, Pure. Efficiency. Well, I suppose it doesn't matter when you have that second charge that you can stack up here. Going towards the Octarine. Going to be a nice item. He's already got that Nullifier here as well. So the Dragon Knight now starting to look pretty scary. And I'm not sure who's going to be able to slay the Dragon here. Nature's Prophet. Not checked in on his items in a while. Spirit Vessel. He's got himself the Orchid now as well. Wants to go into a 4-staff of his own. I suppose that's to maybe save anybody that gets Dragon-tailed.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see if that does help them. Bignum at least will be escaping with the Wisdom Rune, and Wisdom is something they definitely need at this point in the game. They had the game in their pockets, but they did not play Dota. BetBoom, they were the ones that were controlling the tempo of the game, even when Moneymakers were super far ahead. They were the ones that were kind of forcing Moneymakers to make the moves that all of them looked good, right? Oh, we won the fight. Oh, we killed the Roche. But the little things that come out from it, the lane push, the items, a little bit of time bot, all those things accumulated now to the point where we're at.
Yeah, and need to mention as well, the Nature's Prophet did use his BKB to steal that Wisdom Rune. You know, instead of you just going, I don't know if you can call it safe, going for the Dire Wisdom Rune, but yeah, no, Bignum BKB'd for that. So it is going to be on cooldown for the next 40 seconds, and we'll see if BetBoom, if they're just going to play it back, if they're going to wait now. I mean, the next Roche is going to be at least 2.5 minutes away, maybe potentially 5 minutes if it's a full Roche clock. But do BetBoom just want to, now that they're back in control of the map, I assume they're in no rush to try and get themselves up on the high ground?
They're in no rush, but once they have level 25 on the puck, they can do whatever they want. Wukong's command, coil, heroes are just gonna die. There's no doubt about it. So they are probably gonna be feeling a lot more comfortable going to fights. I don't think they have to rush it, but they probably feel confident enough to go aggressively.
Okay, and how's the vision looking for the die here? They don't see anyone. They're going to be coming up onto the high ground with a smoke, but that was brave coming up onto a high ground with no vision, even if it is on your side of the map. Now, Pure, Nightfall in the trees. Everyone's behind them. They're going to be able to get the jump out. They take down the Dark Willow. Quick kill. How are BetBoom going to try and respond to this? Oh, the TP in Toronto. Yeah, okay.
No, he's not crazy. He's not that crazy.
I mean, they're still using the Dragon Knights, you know, the Mantisar Illusions with this Dragon form here to go into the tier 3 tower, and it's doing a lot of damage, even just as an illusion.
It's on Lucas. Lucas needs to be using this ninja gear to be everywhere on the map.
Yeah.
So let's see if he can respond to the puck.
Pounds comes out. Puck's going to try and get himself away from this one now as well. He's going to be popping the BKB, blink away, and GPK is going to be fine.
He has 20 Essence Shift stacks currently on him, and it's coming down to nighttime. Lucas, he has the capability to maybe make some noise on the map right now, and this could be his last nighttime that he actually has the opportunity to do so. Because if BetBoom get themselves a Roche, the game is most likely going to be over.
Yeah, he's got himself the MKB to deal with the butterfly on the Monkey King, going towards that refresher. So another big item coming up. Pure in the trees, so Pure's just going to be able to, again, pop these illusions, TP himself away from this one. At least Warwick's going to be able to deal with those illusions, so won't be able to get towards that tier 3 tower. But again, tier 3 tower is taking about just over half its health in damage here, thanks to those Dragonite illusions.
It's gonna continue being that way, so MoneyMakers, your move. And their move for now, it is gonna be a shard for the Lich, which the Ice Spire can be annoying for sure, especially, slowing people down, the Torrent Storm, the boat, everything coming in handy. The thing is, you are running into Wukong's Command and the Coil, level 25 on both of them, plus Puck has an Aghanim Scepter. It is a very, very tough fight to win, even with the run buff.
Yeah, and what do we got? We've got the Roshan coming up potentially in, close to the full timer actually. So it looks like it's still going to be a nighttime Roche respawn, but it is going to be a long one.
Dragonite is also approaching level 25, so that is something to keep out on. Level 25 on the other cores of MoneyMakers, not even close. They're only level 23, and there it is. So the AoE Dragon Tail is now available as well. Imagine the Monkey King jumping in, using the Havoc Hammer to pull people towards him, and then you have the Coil and the Dragon Tail. That's gonna be nasty.
It ain't gonna be pretty here for MoneyMakers if they all get caught out. Yeah, there is some big overlapping spells and items to come out here from the side of BetBoom, and we'll see if they're gonna try and contest, because nobody knows. Well, we know, but the players don't know that Roche isn't gonna be up for the next 2 minutes, so they're gonna be able to run it. Lucas, he gets silenced. Do they want to go into this one now as well? The Dragon Tail comes out. There's going to be the Nullifier coming through now as well. A lot of damage, but you do have Warwick in the shadows. Pounds comes out. The Mantis Cell gets popped immediately here. Lucas, Hex. Dragonite though, Force Staff comes out as well. Lucas is going to have to use that Shadow Dance again to get himself away from this one. He's got the Frost Armor coming out from the Lich, but Lucas, he has to back himself away, and that is, it's only 33 seconds left on the cooldown for Shadow Dance, but it's a big window here for BetBoom if they want to try and play around this.
Bignum at least pushed out the mid and the bottom lane, so you can take it easy now if you're MoneyMakers.
Yeah, jump in. They're going to be able to get the Dream Call off now as well. Do they have a lockdown onto Dazzle? There's going to be the Wukong's Command coming out now as well. They've got the leech, they've got the lockdown. There's still going to be the Shell Grave coming out now onto the Dazzle. Dazzle going to get himself away from this one. Nightfall going for the right clicks. He's just trying to chase him away here. Pure, one more blinking, one more anything. But it looks like Warwick will be able to get himself away the back line, so the jump comes out into Bignum. Bignum with the BKB. Do they have the damage? They do. They take down Bignum. Jump through back line. Slayer, what's he going to be able to do? Scissor Gates comes out with the Balance Strike. Nullifier coming through now as well. The back line's jumping on Lucas. Lucas, he's trying to get the kill onto Pure, doing a lot of damage to this Dragonite now. So the Dragonite is going to fall. And yeah, but they've got the buyback onto Bignum. Bignum's going to try and get himself right back into this fight. They get the kill onto the Monkey King now as well. GPK, he's going to fall. Lucas, the damage, is it going to connect onto this one? No! He has the protection, he has that survivability, and now, save, he's going to try and do what he can with the Shadow Realm. You've got to remember here, Bignum's already bought back into this one. He's going to die. That is a dieback on the Nature's Prophet. Only the Slark lives. Save. Going to be able to get himself away with the TP, and the Treant wasn't able to catch up to that last little bit of damage there, but it was a big trade-off from both teams. 2 buybacks coming out from that on the side of MoneyMakers.
One little thing that I think you weren't following on the screen is Warwick. He got himself away from everybody, and then out of nowhere, GPK just finishes him off. It looked like the Dazzle was gonna live, but in the end, not gonna be happening. Lucas, I think after this fight, he's kind of aware that they cannot kill him, that they don't even want to kill him. That was a really good fight approach for BetBoom, but they lost all of their cores, and the Slark survived. So ultimately, despite the gold lead not changing, despite MoneyMakers losing more heroes and a dieback, it's not that bad of a fight.
Yeah, Lucas is going to see Roche in the pit. He's probably going to be able to solo it here as well. The TP coming in from Warwick, but yeah, BetBoom, all 3 of their cores are still dead for at least 20 seconds here. He should be fine, right, with Warwick rotating in on this.
Yep, true. Is okay. I really like the setup though for MoneyMakers. Even though BetBoom, they are finding ways to engage the fight, understanding how they need to fight, maybe a teensy bit better in it. The preparation for the fight was better, as Bignum did make sure that both the mid lane and the bottom lane were pushed out. So now, once this Roche is taken down, you only have now the mid lane to actually deal with, and you're not going to be losing any heroes in the process. So this time around, this Roche that Moneymakers take, it's not going to be as easily punished as the previous one, even though when they got the first one, they were the ones ahead, and now they are severely behind. But positioning-wise on the map, they're in a really good spot.
Yeah, and how's the Monkey King looking? The Monkey King's going to go towards a refresher of his own, so double BKB, double Wukong's Command. He wants to stack that one up. He's got the Abyssal Blade coming out. Oh, he's already got the Abyssal Blade, excuse me, so he's got that one stacked up for himself. Some good control coming out for Nightfall. Pure, how's the Dragonite looking? He's got himself that overwhelming blink as well. Octarine Core's out there as well, so Pure, he's having a fairly good time on this Dragonite.
Oh, there's so many items. Look at the Dark Willow approaching level 25. Has the Moon Shard, and level 25 will be there. It means so much damage will be coming out from Save. And Enchantress also approaching level 25, so Impetus is gonna be insane, and he has a Side of Ice. If those attacks from the Enchantress and the Dark Willow connected onto the Slark earlier, he would have died, but he had the Ninja Gear.
Lucas wants to come into this one. Yeah, he's using that Shadow Dance to get into Pure. Pure, he's building these stacks up, and there's nothing more that Slark likes. Well, he don't like that, but there's nothing more that Slark likes more than a tanky hero. The backlines are going to try and get a jump onto Blintimos now as well. Slayer here as well. They got the Nullifier off, and you can see the Nightfall. He's in, he's doing the damage, and it looks like they're going to be able to get the kill onto the Lich here now as well. Chain Frost bouncing around on the backlines. Nightfall, that Ice Spy is up, and Nightfall's going to be able to tank through it here to jump through. They're going to be able to get themselves on the puck on the backlines. Blintimos, they do the damage, they get the kill, and this is going to be 3 heroes. Is it going to be 4? It is going to be 4 heroes. Warwick goes down, and only Bignum alive, and Bignum, well, he already bought back in that last fight, so he cannot go down here, but it's going to be a great one for the side of BetBoom.
Oh, it's a catastrophe for Moneymakers. Lucas is like, oh, they can't kill me twice or thrice if you count in the refresher. But the thing is, they don't have to. They just got rid of the Aegis, and then they went into the back lines. And during those 5 seconds and the time that the Slark needed to get towards his team, they've already won the fight. And then Slark is just easy pickings. Yeah,
21-19 here, 38k going the way of BetBoom. They're doing a lot of damage. Nightfall, they're breaking the base as well. Pounce comes in, there's good the Mantis Owl coming out, and Dragonite, he didn't get it off just in time for Lucas to latch onto an illusion. So Toronto Tokyo with the heals. Do you want to go into this one? This is going to be the dieback here if he goes down onto Lucas, and Lucas, he has to use the depth shard, or he has to use the depth shard coming out. So some protection, but they just want to go straight tier 4s. They're not even bothered about Megas on the side of BetBoom. Yeah. And you can see that Save on the back lines here. Lucas jumps in once again, but Save, he could not be touched, and that work's going to go on again. They've got the Brambles, they've got the Lockdown, they've got the kill onto Bignum in the Fountain, and Pure wants to get himself in here. Silver Edge, keeping Bignum alive for a little bit longer, but the illusions, doesn't matter. Game is going to be called GG, and BetBoom go up 1-0.
Dude, it's so fun to play the Dark Willow when you have the Aghanim Scepter. I think that Save, he feels really good about himself right now. You never get used to it. Even if you play a billion pubs, a billion competitive games, and you always have this, of course you're not going to have it always, it still feels amazing to be able to absolutely demolish the enemy team. They can't do anything to you, and you're just doing massive amounts of damage. But overall, BetBoom, better understanding of what they need to do. Moneymakers, they won the early game, they lost the game. I'm just hoping this doesn't break their spirits, but it is something that could.
Yeah. Great, BetBoom just keeping their heads above water the entire game, keeping themselves in the net worth wise, keeping it close, and they made that comeback again. 42k lead, 22-19. So it wasn't like they were massively ahead in terms of kills, but 51 minutes in, they just had that map farm, they had the control, and they were able to take game number 1. But it's not over yet. It is a best of 3, so we're going to be taking a quick break, and we'll be back with the second game right after this.